Great day, everyone, and welcome to the fourth video of our partnership accounting lesson. We are going to talk about partnership liquidation on this video. Although I will be tackling only the lump sum approach, I will be making another video for the installment method of liquidation. But before we dig deeper to what is this lump sum or what is this installment method, let us first have an overview of what is a partnership liquidation. The liquidation of a partnership is said to be the winding up of its business activities, characterized by sale of all non-cash assets, settlement of all liabilities, and distribution of the remaining cash to the partners. So I guess we already discussed about liquidation last video, although hindi natin masyadong na chop-chop kung ano talaga yung liquidation, but we already had a bird's eye view of what is a liquidation. So compared to dissolution, liquidation is the process of giving an end to the life of the partnership. Dissolution, remember, is just a temporary interruption of our operation because of withdrawal of an old partner, or it could be an admission of a new partner, a death of an old partner, or it could be the incorporation of a partnership. So those are four causes of dissolution. But despite of these interruptions, the partnership will continue to operate after some adjustments. Whereas in liquidation, this is sometimes called the termination of the partnership. Termination in the sense that after this process, there would be no more partnership. Okay? And this is also defined as the winding up of the business activity. So winding up is the same as termination. Again, we are going to have an end of the life of the company. So here is a peak view of or a peek of what is winding up. First, we sell non-cash assets, and then we settle the liabilities, and any excess will be distributed to the partners in the form of cash. So there is another term that we have to learn when we liquidate. This is what we call realization, and this is the conversion of non-cash assets into cash, and this may either result to a gain or a loss on realization, and these gain and loss shall be divided in the profit and loss ratio of the partners. So, simply stated, when we sell our non-cash assets, any cash that we are going to receive from that sale is what we refer as realization, okay? Or the conversion or the process of selling non-cash to cash is realization. So it could be there could be a gain or a loss that will be realized as a result of that conversion, and any gain or loss again is to be divided by the partners in their profit and loss ratio. Example, we have a non-cash asset, let's say an equipment worth 100,000 in the book value of the partnership or in the books of the partnership, and then the partners were able to sell that equipment to 120,000 cash. Basically, there's a gain of 20,000, right? That gain will be distributed or will be divided by the partners in accordance to their profit sharing ratio. Now, what if that 100,000 equipment will be sold to only 90,000? Basically, there's a loss of 10,000, and again, that loss will be divided by the partners according to their ratio. So another thing that we have to remember in partnership liquidation is this order of distribution of assets. So once we liquidate, we usually distribute the cash assets, diba? Because part of the liquidation is the conversion of non-cash to cash. So it's very rare that we give equipment to the old partners or to the partners in the partnership. So most of the time we give them cash. But there is this what we call order of distribution of assets. So the assets of a general partnership shall be applied in the following order. So this is in accordance to the order of priority. Dili pwede siya nga magbali-bali. Number one is one, that's first priority. Number two will be, yes, the second priority, and so on. So the first persons or group of persons that has to be considered in the distribution of assets are the outside creditors. Okay? Kadtong mga atong giutangan sa gawas. It could be banks or any other financial intermediaries. And then, if there is still cash or asset nga nabilin, we are going to pay next those inside creditors. Inside creditors, most of the time, these are the partners in which the partnership loaned from. Okay? So, or advances for business expenses by the partners. So, ayan, inside creditors. Ibig sabihin, ang atong mga gipang-utangan nato, mga kauban rapod nato sa company, or most likely, the partners rapod. And if there is any excess asset gihapon nga nabilin, then that excess will be paid to the partners in respect to their capital contribution. So, para mabalik po ng ilahang kapital. Okay? And if there is any other excess ng gihapon, then that excess will be given to the partners in respect to their share of the profits. Okay? So, dili pwede na if we have assets to be distributed, unahon na to ang partners, and then ipaulahi ang outside creditors. No, this is in the order of priority. So, that is CCCP. Creditors outside, creditors inside, and then partners' capital, and then their share in the profits. And also, let us consider studying distribution of separate properties. So, partnership, as a recap, is a form of organization in which the partners involved, specifically those general partners, are liable to the creditors of the partnership until or up to their separate assets. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagbayad ta sa atoang outside creditors from the partnership asset and then dili enough ang atoang asset, the creditors of the partnership could go against our personal properties. So, partners A, B, and C, adunay utang na 100,000 sa creditors pero ang asset lang sa partnership is just 50,000. Okay, so kulang og 50. The outside creditors could go against the properties or the personal properties of A, B, and C para mabayaran ang kulang na 50,000. So that is one disadvantage of a partnership organization. So this is just a recap. But according to the personal properties of a partner naapoy order kung kinsa ang una or kinsa ang i-prioritize sa iyang personal properties. So, let's say I am that partner A. I have properties and I also have separate creditors. So, ako ang personal nga mga gipang-utangan. So, if I have a land worth, let's say 30,000 or let's say 80,000, that 80,000 land or asset dapat ako sang masatisfy ang ako ang separate creditors. So, katong mga gipang-utangan po na ako personally, sila dapat ang una na akong bayaran before pa na ako makater ang creditors sa partnership. So, kung diri pa lang sa number 1, hurot na ang ako ang asset, I could no longer carry the liability of the partnership. So, somehow I can be called an insolvent partner this time. And then, after, if dili pud ko insolvent or if I am solvent, I have enough asset after paying my separate creditors, nakabayad pud ko sa creditors sa partnership, then if I have any liability to the other partners, then that liability should also be paid by my personal property. So again, this is in the order of priority. Unahon sa nako akong mga personal na creditors, saka nako bayaran ang creditors sa partnership. So this is in relation to my separate property. So, lahi siya sa property sa partnership itself, kay kani ang priority. But if my personal properties are involved, kani pod ang priority. So, these are theories lang about partnership liquidation. So, I have mentioned a while ago, methods of liquidation. We have lump sum and installments. So, lump sum is simply understood as before nato i-distribute ang final na distribution or final cash distribution sa partners, kailangan sa nato ibaligya ang tanan natong non-cash assets. Okay? So, again, before distribution to partners, kailangan mabaligya sa ang tanan non-cash assets, and then atong mabayaran ang tanang liabilities, and then after that saka pa nato bahin-bahinon ang excess asset to the partners. So single final cash distribution na lang, isahan na lang ang pagka-distribute after tanan assets mabaligya and after tanan liabilities mabayaran. Whereas in installment method, the realization of non-cash asset is extended over a period of time, and we are going to discuss that in the next video. So let us have problem number 1. Prepare your pen or your pencil, your paper, and your calculator as we are going to begin answering problem number 1. So what is problem number 1? This is about Arenas, Dulay, and Lorente partnership. So after several years of operation, the partnership is to be liquidated. After making the closing entries on June 30, 2019, the following accounts remained open. So the non-cash assets accordingly are sold for 2.65 million, and profits and losses are shared equally by the three partners. Now, we are required to prepare a statement of partnership liquidation and the necessary entries. So, Arenas has 900 capital, Dulay has 500, and Lorente has 600, and the other information. So let us plot those figures here in the balances before liquidation in our statement of liquidation. And then after that, let us consider the sale of non-cash asset. Again, the problems that I will be presenting in this video are all lump sum method or lump sum approach of partnership liquidation. We are going to talk about installment in the next video. So if that is lump sum, isahan lang nga pagkabaligya ang tanang asset, and they realized how much? That is 2.65 million. So you received cash of 2,650, and then nahurot na ang tanang 2,350 nin mo na non-cash asset. Okay? 2,350 nabaligya og 2,650. Is there any gain or loss? Okay, gain of course. Mas dako kaog na kwarta kaysa sa imuhang gi-give up nga mga assets. So you received cash of 2,650 and you eliminated your non-cash assets in the amount of 2,350. And like what you've said, we have this gain on realization in the amount of the difference between 2,650 versus 2,350. So you have this gain of 300,000, which will be distributed equally to the three partners, because sabi niya, profit and losses are shared equally. So three partners, that is 300,000 divided by 3. So they will have a share of 100,000 each. After considering that share, partners account or balances will be 1,600,000 and 700. And the same as here, we will consider the sum of the other items in the statement of liquidation. Now, we have this 2.7 cash after sale of all non-cash asset. Remember, all, because we are using lump sum method. And then let us now pay all the liabilities. Kung kaya, so far, kaya man, we have 2.7 cash. Okay, so after that, we now have a balance of 2.3 million to be distributed to the partners. So if you could notice, na baligya na ang tanang non-cash assets, nabayaran na ang atong liabilities, and then we are down to the last step of the lump sum liquidation, which is the distribution of the remaining assets. So let us distribute all these 2.3 million to our partners. Would you agree that 1 million plus 600,000 plus 700,000 is 2.3? Okay, that's 2.3 million. Now let's prepare journal entries. So we have here the first entry after we sold the non-cash assets. Now let us prepare an entry of the distribution of this gain on realization. So distribute man ni nato sa tulo nato ka partners. So we have Arenas Capital, and then we have Dulay Capital, and also we have Lorente Capital. They shared equally, tama, 300, so they will have 100,000 each. After this entry, what did we do next? After distribution, we paid for the liabilities. So that is, hindi naman niya sinabi anong particular liability. So let us just debit liabilities and credit cash in the amount of 400,000. And then, after that, anong ginawa natin next? We distribute the remaining cash to our partners. So we have here these three partners. And then we distributed cash in the amount of 2.3 million. 1 million for Arenas. Okay. 600 for Dulay, 700 for Laurente. The total of 2.3 million. So that's it. Problem number 1. Our statement of liquidation using lump sum method. The first is that we sold all non-cash asset and any gain or loss are distributed to the partners. Next, we pay for our liabilities, all our liabilities, and then any excess will now be distributed to the partners according to their capital balances. Alright, let's proceed to problem number 2. I believe we have the same requirement as number 1. Prepare a statement of partnership liquidation and the necessary entries. So we have here Miranda, Leon, and Estoque. After making the closing entries on March 31, the following accounts remained open. Miranda has 400 capital, Leon has 600, and Estoque has 1 million. The non-cash assets are sold for 2.15 million. Profits and losses are also shared equally. Now let's plot all those information in our statement of liquidation. Gulane, Tormes, and Sailadin. Okay. Di pa siya updated. So that's Miranda, Leon, and Estoque partnership. When was that? It was March 31, 2019. Alright, we have 150 cash, 2.6 other assets, 750, and etc. So after plotting those balances before liquidation, let us proceed to the information on the sale of other assets. I believe that was 150. We received 2.15 million in exchange of 2,600 other assets. So if you have 2.6 but you only received 2.15, would you believe that there's a loss? Yes. Unlike in journal assets. Unlike in problem number 1, we experienced gain, but in number 2, or in this problem 2, we experienced loss. So we only received a cash of 2,150 in exchange of our other assets. In exchange of other assets worth 2,650. The difference between these two, which is 500,000, is what we call loss on realization. The normal balance of a loss is like an expense debit. The normal balance of a gain is like an income credit. So that 500,000, is it 2.6 to 150? 2.6. 2.6. Okay, a loss of 450,000 to be distributed to the partners equally, tama? So 450 divided by 3, each partner will suffer 150,000 loss. So since it's a loss, it's a deduction to their capital balances. Therefore, they have uh, a balance of 250 for Miranda, 450 for Leon, 850 for Estoque. And the other accounts we have here remaining 750 for the liabilities and 2.3 cash. So after exhausting or after selling all our other assets or non-cash assets, let us now consider uh, paying our liabilities, all liabilities. Therefore, our remaining cash is 1.55 million. And this 1.55 million will be distributed to the partners dahil tapos na rin naman tayong magbenta ng mga assets and tapos na rin naman tayong magbayad ng mga utang. Let us now distribute this 1,550. Okay? So, would you agree that 250 plus 450 plus 850 is 1.55? Alright. So, there you go. Now, let us prepare the entries. We are going to distribute this loss to the three partners. So, we have Miranda Capital, we have Leon Capital, and we have Estoque Capital. In exchange of that loss on realization, these capital accounts will be decreased by 150,000 each, a total of 450,000. So after distribution of loss, absorption of loss, let us now go to the next step. We have here payment of liabilities. Ano bang sinabi niya sa liabilities? Wala. Liabilities lang in general. So liabilities, and we paid cash. How much is the liability that we paid? We have there 750,000. And after that, we distributed the excess cash to our partners in the amount of 1.55 each. 1.55 in total. So that is Miranda for 250, Leon for 50, and Estoque for 850, a total of 1.55 million. Okay, that is how we are going to prepare statement of liquidation for the partnership and entries in relation to the liquidation. So if you could notice, first, we journalized the realization of the assets or the conversion or the sale of other assets or non-cash assets. After that, the partners are going to absorb any loss or gain on realization. And then we are going to pay for the liabilities. And then after that, we are going to distribute the excess cash. So yan lang po magiging process ni lump sum method. Okay, so far, hindi naman siya ganun kahirap. Okay? So let us proceed to problem number 3 and let us have the Iscarial, Acosta, and Lopez partnership. They liquidated their business on May 31 and they share profits and losses in 2:3:1 ratio respectively and currently have capital balances of 300, 210, 390. In addition, the partnership has 150 in cash, 250 in accounts payable, and 1 million in non-cash assets. Now, Iscarial and Lopez are personally solvent. So when we say solvent, they have enough asset to cover all their liabilities. It could be personal liabilities or the partnership's liabilities. So solvent. But Acosta is not, meaning Acosta is insolvent. So hindi niya na mababayaran kung ano man ang liability ni partnership na hindi pa kayang bayaran ng partnership or hindi kaya bayaran ng partnership asset. Okay? So assuming that the non-cash assets are sold for 460, prepare the liquidation journal entries. Wow, imagine that. You have 1 million non-cash, but you are able to sell it for 460 only. Di man lang nakakalahati. Okay, so let's prepare the statement of liquidation. Although ang sabi niya lang naman is prepare the liquidation entries, but mas mabuti na yung alam din natin or maging expert tayo sa statement of liquidation because magbe-base din naman tayo sa statement of liquidation dun sa entries na gagawin. Okay? So, let's begin. After plotting all these balances, let us have, is it 300, 210, 390? Let's review, ha? Okay, 300, 210, 390, asset 150, and 250 accounts payable. So, good. Let's proceed. Eliminate the 1 million non-cash asset. Okay. Dahil binayaran na tayo ng 460 in exchange of that non-cash asset. Kawawa naman tayo. Napakalaking loss. So, there is a loss of how much? So, I already prepared a journal entry here. You received cash of 460 in exchange of your 1 million non-cash asset. So, you have a loss of 514. Sakit naman ng 450. And your profit and loss ratio is 2:3:1. So, we are going to divide that for 540 in that ratio. So, you have 2/6 for Iscarial. And then 3/6 for Acosta, and lastly 1/6 for Lopez. Okay? So there you go. But this is a loss. Okay, so that's negative 180, negative 270, and negative 90. Negative 90. After considering that loss on realization, partners' balances are, ayan, may nag-negative na si Acosta. Dito na papasok ang ano natin, ma'am. Calvary. Okay, payment of liabilities before we consider this or before we settle the deficiencies of our partners, bayaran muna natin si outside creditor kasi yun yung priority natin. So that's 250. Okay, tapos na nating bayaran si creditor. Let's focus on our inside distribution. Meron na lang po tayong 360 cash, but we still have 120, 300, and negative 60. So, if you could notice, negative na yung account ni Acosta. Supposedly, Acosta is gonna be investing or gonna invest additional 60,000 to cover his negative capital balance account. But the problem states that Acosta is not solvent. So pasabot, wala na gyud siya ikadungag. Wala na gyud mapuga sa iyang personal assets. So I'm so sorry Iscarial and Lopez, but I can no longer give additional capital or additional investment to the partnership. If that's the case, Iscarial and Lopez are going to carry the burden. Carry the burden. Yon. So, zero muna tayo dyan dahil payment of liabilities, wala namang ganap ang mga capital balances. So, let us proceed here. Additional losses. So, sabi ni Iscarial, kayo na lang po ang mag-share sa loss ko dahil hindi ko na siya kaya bayaran. So, balikan natin ang profit and loss ratio. You have here 2:3:1, but nawala na si Acosta, magiging 2:1 na lang yan. Kasi hindi na siya makikishare. Tama? So that's 2:1. So therefore, negative 60 times 2/3, 2/3 ang i-carry ni Iscarial according to their 2:1 ratio. And Lopez is going to share only 1/3 or 1/3 of Acosta's deficiency. Si Acosta naman, after naman na i-carry ni Iscarial and Lopez ang kaniyang negative balance, magiging positive na yan. So, in layman's term, murabag, gitap plan ni Iscarial and Lopez ang deficiency ni Acosta. So, ayan. Pwede na mag-party-party si Acosta. Wala na siyang ganap sa life. And ano naman ang nangyari sa cash natin? Wala namang additional investment na nangyari. Transfer of capital accounts lang naman ang nangyari. So, zero po tayo dyan. Therefore, our cash balance is still at 360. But, the partner's capital balances, ayan, 80 na lang for Iscarial and 280 for Lopez. And Acosta, wala na. nag-offset na yung um, ang pagtapal ni Scarial and ni Lopez na offset ng iyang negative dito. So, I think we're already good. Now, let us proceed to distribution of our remaining cash. Tama ba na 80 plus 280 is 360? Okay. So, there. The liquidation ended by giving 80,000 to Iscarial and 280,000 cash to Lopez. So the entries are the following. After natin na ma-realize ang ating non-cash assets, we have loss of 540 which was absorbed by the three partners. So ito yon, 180, 270, 90. The entry will be this. Ayan. Loss and then absorption of loss. And then after that, binayaran natin ang ating accounts payable in full. That's 250. So there is the entry. And then the absorption of Acosta's negative balance. So si Acosta, meron siyang negative balance. So kung negative ang capital, is it on the debit side, on the credits, or the credit side? Debit side. Because credit side is the normal balance. So, pag naka-normal balance, positive yan. Pero dahil naka-negative balance na siya, basically naka-debit na yon. So, if naka-debit na si Acosta, kailangan na i-credit para ma-absorb ni Iscarial and Lopez ang kaniyang loss. So, Iscarial now will be deducted by 40 and Lopez will be deducted by 20 para maging zero si Acosta para ma-eliminate ang kanyang debit balance. And then after that, ito na yung step na yon. After this will be here, the payment. Ayan. Okay? So, what's new in this problem? It is the absorption of losses by the solvent partners because an insolvent partner has become has a capital deficiency. Okay, so problem number 1, we talked about gain. Number 2, we talked about loss. And then number 3, we talked about absorption of loss by other partners because one partner is deficient. Okay, so let us proceed to number 4 and let us unfold ano na naman ang bago kay number 4 if there's any new here. Now, we have here Biore and Celisana. Each have a 540 capital balance and share profits and loss in 3:2 ratio respectively. Now, cash equals 150, non-cash equal 1.5 million, liability 750. Now, the partners decide to liquidate the partnership on September 30. Assumption number 1. If the non-cash assets are sold for 1 million, the change in Celisana's capital account will be. Let us plot all the capital balances before we consider this sale. So in this problem, I prepared here a statement of liquidation kasi nga 'di ba mas okay na alam natin ang movements ng mga accounts. So pinaka-safe ang mag-prepare ng statement of liquidation. So we sold our assets for magkano daw 'yon? 1 million. So we received cash of 1 million in exchange of our 1.5 non-cash assets. So we have a loss of 500. Biore will shoulder 3:2. So that is 3 over 5 of the loss. Loss nga pala yan. And then Celisana is going to shoulder 2:5, so that's 200,000 loss. So after that, the balances are the following. There. So far, so good kasi positive pa rin naman yung mga balances ni Biore and Celisana. So if that's the case, let us proceed to the next step, that is payment of liabilities. Therefore, wala na tayong liabilities. Ano ba to? Okay, so that's negative 750. And our cash as of the moment is only 400,000. I guess, okay lang naman ang 400 kasi 400 din naman ay distribute natin kay Biore and Celisana. So, let us now eliminate the balances by giving them cash. 150 plus 250, is that 400? Alright, so 400 distribution, 150 to Biore, and 250 to Celisana. But the question is only the change in Celisana's capital account after the sale of non-cash assets for 1 million. So the answer is this. After selling the 1.5 non-cash assets for only 1 million, the change in Celisana's capital is a decrease of 200,000. So answer here, the change in Celisana's capital account will be decrease of 200,000. Okay? Yan lang naman ang tinanong, ma'am. Ba't ang dami naman natin ginawa? Of course, para maging expert. Okay, so hindi ko na represent ang journal entries. So alam nyo na kung paano gawin ang journal entries sa problem na to. Anyway, hindi naman siya ganun ka-complicated unlike in number 3 kanina, right? So let's proceed to assumption number 2. If the non-cash assets are sold for 700,000 and each partner is personally insolvent, so ibig sabihin, if my partner na nag-negative capital balance, I'm so sorry, pero hindi po siya makapagbibigay ng additional investment. So ano pong mangyayari, ma'am? Just like in problem number 3, kapag hindi nakapagbigay si negative balance partner, i-absorb ng ibang partners na may positive balances. Okay? So if that's the case, upon liquidation, Celisana will receive a cash distribution of blank. So this time, tinanong niya na talaga yung final distribution. So that means, kailangan nating umabot dito. Hindi na siya yung tanong na dito lang. Okay, so let us proceed. Ilan po ba yun? Magkano yun? 700,000. Grabe naman, hindi naman lang nakaabot ng half. Your 1.5 non-cash assets were sold for 700,000 and that is a loss of 800. Would you agree? 800. And then Biore is going to shoulder 3/5 of that. Laki naman ito. 800. And then Celisana will shoulder 2/5 of the loss. Therefore, capital balances, tingnan nga natin kung may nag-negative. Ayan, may nag-negative nga. And sabi pa niya, insolvent ang mga partners. So kung nag-negative ka, hindi ka na makapagbibigay ng additional investment. So if that's the case, we will find out later. Bayaran muna natin si creditors or outside creditors. Sabi ni creditors, mamaya na kayo mag-settle dyan. Ako muna. Prioritize nyo muna ako. Okay po, ayan, binayaran ka na po namin ng 750. So, pwede na? Okay, pwede na kayong pwede nyo na isettle mga accounts nyo. So, ayan. Ba to? Okay, so, wala naman tayong i-add. Negative 30 and 130. Insolvent ang partner. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na kaya ni Biore na magbigay ng additional 30,000 para maging positive or maging zero man lang at least ang kanyang capital balance. So, Celisana will now shoulder the 30,000 negative of Biore. Pasalamat ka, Biore. Positive pa si Celisana. Okay, so magkano na lang ang balance for Celisana's capital? That's 100,000 na lang. So, inabsorb niya yung loss ni Biore para mag-zero out yung capital balance ni Biore. So, ito yung somehow similar to problem number 3 natin na illustration. Tama? May nag-negative na partner. So, ayan. 100,000 cash and wala na rin namang ibang partner. Si Celisana na lang rin naman. So, bigay na natin yan lahat kay Celisana. So, that's it. The question is, upon liquidation, Celisana will receive a cash distribution of, ito po yun, 100. Okay? Or ito yan, 100,000. Okay, so that's assumption number 2. Let's proceed to number 3. If the non-cash assets are sold for 700 pa rin, and both partners agree to make up for any capital deficit, so ibig sabihin, solvent yung mga partner. Kapag nag-negative balance sila, kaya nila na magbigay ng additional investment from their personal cash. Okay? So, upon liquidation, Salisana will receive a cash distribution of yung tanong niya dito pa rin. So, we are going to work from here down to here pa rin. Although, the same lang naman, we recognized 700,000 after selling our 1.5 assets. And then, we suffered a loss of 800. It's just the same sa number 2. Okay, and then after that, we are going to pay our creditors for 750. Mababawasan ng 750 si cash. And then, mai-eliminate naman si 750 na creditor balance. Ayan. So, 100,000 cash. And then, we have 30,000. Ay, ano to? Negative pala. Negative 30 and positive 130. Well, in this case, hindi na siya katulad kay number 2 kasi sabi pa ng problem, the partners could contribute additional cash naman in case nag-negative yung balance nila. So, Biore has a negative 30. Kaya niyang magbigay ng additional investment, so magbibigay siya ng additional 30,000 cash para i-cover ang kaniyang negative 30 na balance. So, ayan, nagbigay ng 30,000 sa partnership and then na-zero out ang capital balance niya. Si Salisana, anong ganap? Wala. Hintay lang. Okay, so 130 pa rin si Salisana, hindi nabawasan kasi nagbigay naman si Biore ng cash. So, ayan, balances 130 cash and Salisana has 130 capital balance. So, ibigay na natin lahat kay Salisana. Therefore, the answer for question or assumption number 3 is 130,000. So, upon liquidation, Salisana will receive a cash distribution of, ito po yun, 130,000. So, that is how we account for, or that is how we prepare statement of liquidation under different assumptions presented like in problem number 4. So, I only prepared 5 problems. So, let us proceed to the last but not the least problem. Ayan, kasi mataas-taas. Taas din siya. Okay, requirement. Prepare, mataas-taas. Mahaba-haba. Prepare a statement of liquidation. Joker si ma'am. So we have here, Paris, Bantillas, and Larin have decided to liquidate their partnership on December 1, and the financial position is the following. Ang dami niya namang asset, pero maliit lang naman palang amount. Okay, ano ba to? Total assets, tapos may total na naman. Okay, so we have here non-cash asset. Pag sinabing non-cash, lahat ng hindi cash. So, you have here 75, 100, 300. That's a total of 475 na non-cash asset. So, let's plot that one here, 475. So, inad ko na 3. Hindi ko na siya inisa-isa kasi limited lang yung view natin dito. Pag inisa-isa ko pa yan, mas liliit na tong mga words na ito. Okay? So, saan kinuha sa 475? So, that's from here, plus this, plus this. Inad po natin lahat ng hindi naman cash. Ma'am, accounts receivable, hindi pa yan siya cash, te. Ha? So, hintay ka lang dyan. Receivable pa lang. So, we have here liabilities naman, 270. Pero, isa niyan is a liability to Bantillas. So, ano po yan, ma'am? Ibig sabihin, si partnership nangutang kay Bantillas na partner ng 30,000 pesos. Utang siya in a sense na partnership has this they have this agreement na babayaran niya yung utang. So, nag-agree sila na utang lang talaga yon, hindi siya additional investment. Because the partnership has this intention of paying Bantillas the certain amount. Kasi pag hindi niya naman babayaran si Bantillas ng certain agreement or certain interest ba or in a certain period of time, kung gusto niya lang naman ng investment or additional investment, sana nilagay na yan dito. Pero because there is an intention of paying it back and there is an intention as well of Bantillas naman na singilin si partnership, so isa po yung loan, hindi po siya additional investment. But still, liability 270. And then a capital of 120, 50, 60 with a total of 500 liabilities and equity. Let us plot those information here. I guess okay na rin naman to. Okay, so let's proceed to the sale of non-cash assets. Di pa pala tapos, andito pa yung additional information. The personal assets, excluding partnership capital and loan interests, and personal liabilities of each partner are the following. So ito po ay mga personal assets and liabilities. Kung babalikan po natin yung theory natin kanina, ito po yun. Distribution of separate properties. So first, ano nga yung priority number 1? Kailangan muna nating bayaran ang personal na utang ni partner bago natin gamitin ang asset niya pambayad sa utang ni partnership. So if that's the case, unahin po muna natin to si personal liabilities. So itong personal net worth, yan na lang po ang pwedeng gamitin na asset ni partner pambayad sa partnership liability. So this is very important in our analysis later. And then letter B, Paris, Bantillas, and Larin share profits in 2040-40. According to the partnership, interest will not accrue on partners' loan balances during the liquidation process, and all of the non-cash assets were sold for 260. So number C states na itong 30,000 na loan, wala po yung interest. So nag-agree sila na walang idadagdag na interest on the liquidation process. And lahat ng non-cash asset na benta ng 260. So that's one reason kung bakit inad ko na lahat. Kasi anyway, isang bagsakan lang din naman ang pagbenta ng lahat ng non-cash asset. Kaya inad ko na siya ng 475. Kasi lump sum, di ba? Isahan. So, magkano yun? Yung 475 asset natin, binenta ng 260 only. So, ibig sabihin, meron po tayong loss. Okay? Okay. So, a loss of, magkano po ba? That's 475. Dito ko na lang isosolve. 475 minus 260. Alright, meron tayong 215 loss. So, 215 times 20 or 20% or 20 over 100. The same lang din naman yan, 20%. Ma'am, saan po kinuha si 20%? Dito po yan, 20 is to 40 is to 40. So, a total of 80 of 100. So that's 20 over 100, equivalent to 20%. So Paris is going to absorb 20% of the loss, and the other partners they will be absorbing 40%, 40 each. So a total of 86 each. Okay, so after that, the balances will be that plus that. Okay. Balances are the following. Wala namang ganap si accounts payable, wala din ganap yung loans payable. Ayan. Ang aga naman na nag-negative ng mga capital balances ng partners na to. But don't worry, meron naman silang personal net worth, tama. So, kaya naman nila na magbigay ng additional investment. But, dapat hanggang dito lang. Or else, i-absorb ng ibang partner. So after that, after distribution of loss due to sale of non-cash asset, let us now pay our liability. So we have here 240. Ma'am, bakit 240? Yung utang di ba natin is 270. Okay, ano nga ulit yung order of priority? Oops, unahin daw muna natin si outside creditor. Outside creditor ba to si Bantillas? Parang hindi naman. So, mamaya ka na. Okay, bayaran ko muna to si accounts payable kasi outside creditor yan siya. So, the balance now will be 45 cash. 45 cash. Tapos may utang ka pa. Tapos may partners pang magre-receive ng utang. I mean, ng capital balances nila. Lit na lang. Now, this time, ma'am, ano tong right of offset? Ganito yan. Si partnership may utang siyang 30,000 kay Bantillas. Now, if you could observe, Bantillas has a negative balance. Tama? So, sabi ni Bantillas, may negative ako. Kailangan kong mag-invest. Anyway, may pera pa naman ako. Magkano daw yung net worth niya? Ayan, may 60,000 pa naman akong pera. So, kailangan kong mag-invest ng additional 36 kasi negative na yung balance ko. But wait, I remember. Oy, partnership, may utang ka pala sa akin na 30. So, instead na mag-invest ako ng 36, bayaran mo muna ako ng 30. Sabi naman ni partnership, oy, may utang kang 36. Pero sige, dahil may utang din ako sa yung 30, i-offset na lang natin yan. So, hindi kita babayaran ng cash, pero yung 30,000 na utang ko sa'yo, ika-credit ko yon sa account mo. Okay lang ba yon, Bantillas? Abay, okay na okay. So, instead of negative 36, magkano na lang ang balance? Negative 6. Dahil nag-offset ang utang ni partnership doon sa negative balance ni Bantillas. So, tinapalay ra sila. So, if you could still remember compensation in our law 1, so ito po yun, offsetting. Okay? So, that is one way of eliminating or extinguishing an obligation. Tama? Compensation. So, after that, walang ganap naman tong iba. So, that's 26. Negative 26 pa rin si Larin. And positive 77 naman si Aparis. Wala nang utang. Wala ring ganap si cash. So, 45 pa rin kasi hindi naman nag-invest si Bantillas. Kasi may utang nga pala tayo sa kanya. So, 45 pa rin. Okay? So, it is in accordance to here. First, binayaran natin si outside creditor. Next, binayaran natin si inside creditor but hindi natin binayaran ng cash. Instead, dahil negative yung capital balance niya, in-offset natin siya. But what if, ma'am, hindi po negative si Bantillas tapos may utang tayong 30? We are going to give Bantillas cash of 30,000. Clear po ba tayo doon? Okay. But if in the case where the partner has a negative balance tapos meron tayong utang sa kanya, wag na muna nating bayaran ng cash. I-offset na lang muna natin doon, okay? Para ma-reserve naman yung cash sa ibang partners. So, yan po yung number 2. And then, let's go to the distribution of capital and their share on profits. So, we have here positive 77 and negative 26 para kay Larin. Okay, so, ayan. Additional investment. Dahil negative pa rin yung dalawa, mag-i-invest sila ngayon from their personal assets. So, Bantillas and Larin has 60 and 25 assets. So, kaya naman na i-absorb, kaya naman. So, invest. Bantillas will invest 6,000. Hindi yung buong 60 ha, kasi 6,000 lang din naman yung kulang niya. Whereas Larin has negative 26, pero 25,000 lang. See that? 25,000 lang yung net worth niya. Ibig sabihin, may negative pa rin. May kulang pa rin 1,000. And that kulang, anong gagawin natin dyan? Sige, we will find out. First, alamin muna natin ilan yung total additional investment. 6,000 ni Bantillas, nag-invest siya ng cash. And then si Larin, inubos niya na yung 25,000 yung net personal assets or worth. So, a total of 76,000 cash. But, ma'am, meron pa rin nag-negative. So, if that's the case, wala na tayong ibang choice, i-absorb na yan ni remaining positive partner. So, sige ako na. Shoulder ko na yan. Anyway, 1,000 lang naman yan. Charot. So, magkano na lang ang naiwan? So we have here 76, and that 76 cash will all go to Paris. So negative, ubos na. And then Paris 76. So that is how we are going to account for capital balances or negative capital balances. So in this problem, we learned that kapag ikaw si partner na nagkaroon ng negative balance, before ka gumawa ng additional investment, alamin mo muna or i-review mo muna dahil baka may utang si partnership sa'yo. Just like in Bantillas, may utang nga pala si partnership, offset ko muna. Partnership, alisin mo yung utang ko, ilagay mo yan sa account ko para mag-positive. Okay, ayan, positive na sana pero ang laki pala ng negative niya kaya may balance pa rin na 6,000. Whereas si Lorraine, wala namang utang si partnership sa kanya, so kailangan niya talaga mag-invest para i-cover ang kanyang negative balances or negative balance. But in this case, Lorraine only has 25,000 personal asset remaining kasi nga priority natin yung personal liability niya na 325. Ang laki naman pala utang. 325. Kaya 25 na lang yung naging net. So, may kulang pa rin siyang 6,000. So, if that's the case, the only choice na lang is yung remaining partner na may positive balance. So, si Bantillas naman, negative na siya, nag-invest na siya, okay na siya. Okay? So, and then any remaining amount will go to the partner who has a positive capital balance in the end of the liquidation process. And that is Paris. So, that is our last problem for this video. Again, all of the problems mentioned are using lump sum method. Ano nga ulit yung lump sum method? All non-cash assets are realized or sold muna, and then the gains and losses are to be distributed sa partners. After that, all liabilities are paid, and then final distribution to the partners. And it is somehow different compared to installment method. From the term itself, installment, hindi isang bagsakan ang non-cash asset because there are times naman na hindi natin mabibenta ng isahan ang lahat ng equipment natin, right? So, may installment na mangyayari. And paano natin i-distribute ang available cash if that's the case? So, that will be the content of our next video. So, actually, hindi pala 4 videos lang yung partnership discussion natin because partnership liquidation is divided into 2. First video, and ito yon, lump sum, and then the next video will be installment method. So, I hope you learned something in this video, and if there are items na you need to review or to recap, just watch again the video. And I will see you again next video. Next, I will see you again. Hindi nyo naman ako nakikita, hindi ko rin kayo nakikita. So, I will just discuss another topic next video. Okay, so goodbye everyone and God bless.